Welcome to our channel, Hive of Knowledge, where we dive deep into the world's most powerful books and ideas.
Today, we are cracking open one of the most influential books out there, Atomic Habits by James Clear. We're going to dig into the big idea behind it, how really small changes can lead to, well, life-changing results.
All right, let's start with a number, 37.78. What is that? Well, it's what happens when you get just 1% better every single day for a year. It's the magic of compounding. You'd think maybe you'd be about 3.65 times better, right? Nope, you'd actually be almost 38 times better. That is the kind of power we're talking about with these tiny daily improvements.
And this quote from the book just nails it. We all get caught up in wanting these huge overnight transformations, right? But James Clear's whole point is that success isn't about that at all. It's about the small stuff you do day in and day out. It's not about what you want to achieve. It's about what you actually do, repeatedly.
Okay, so if getting 1% better is so powerful, why does it feel like you're getting nowhere when you first start? You know that feeling, right? You're putting in the work, but nothing's happening. Well, there's a really good reason for that, and the book has this perfect analogy to explain it.
It's what he calls the plateau of latent potential. See, we think progress should look like a straight line shooting upwards, but that's not how it works. In the real world, your results are delayed, and that gap between what you expect to see and what you actually see, well, Clear calls that the valley of disappointment. It's that super frustrating part where you feel like quitting because all your hard work seems to be for nothing. But here's the thing, your effort is not wasted. It's just being stored up. The book has this brilliant ice cube analogy. Think about it. You heat an ice cube from 25 degrees to 26, 27, all the way to 31. Nothing happens. It's still a solid block of ice. But then, at 32 degrees, bam, it starts to melt. All that work wasn't for nothing, it was building up to a breakthrough. And that's exactly what your habits are doing. So, how do you actually push through that plateau and get to the breakthrough? It takes a massive shift in how you think about progress. And it might sound crazy, but it starts with this. You need to completely forget about your goals.
Yeah, you heard that right. I mean, think about it. Every team in a league wants to win the championship. Winners and losers have the exact same goal. So the goal isn't what separates them. It's their system, the process they follow every day. Goals are about a finish line, which means you're basically unhappy until you get there. A system, on the other hand, is about the process itself. You get to feel good every time you follow it, and that's what leads to real, continuous improvement.
All right, so if systems are the way to go, how do we actually build them? Well, James Clear breaks it down for us into this super simple, super powerful 4-step framework.
And here they are. To build a good habit, you have to make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. It's that simple. These 4 laws basically hack the natural cycle of how a habit works, which is cue, craving, response, and reward. First up, Law 1, make it obvious. This is all about making the cue to act impossible to miss. So instead of just vaguely saying, I should meditate more, you get specific. You use what's called an implementation intention. I will meditate for 1 minute at 7 a.m. in my kitchen. See? Time and place. Or even better, just design your environment for success. Want to practice guitar more? Don't hide it in a case in the closet. Put it on a stand right in the middle of your living room where you can't help but see it.
Okay, Law 2, make it attractive. Our brains run on dopamine, right? We're more likely to do things that we look forward to. So the trick is to make the habits you need to do more appealing. The best way to do this is something called temptation bundling. You just pair something you want to do with something you need to do. For example, I will only watch my favorite Netflix show while I'm on the treadmill. The fun thing makes the hard thing way more attractive.
Next up, Law 3, make it easy. Look, we're human. We're naturally going to take the path of least resistance. So instead of fighting that, use it. Reduce the friction for your good habits. The best tool for this is the 2-minute rule. Whatever new habit you want to start, scale it down so it takes less than 2 minutes to do. So read before bed becomes read 1 page. Do yoga becomes roll out my yoga mat. The point isn't to get a huge workout on day 1. The point is to just master the art of showing up.
And the last one, Law 4, make it satisfying. Our brains are wired for immediate rewards. If something feels good right away, we're going to do it again. A simple habit tracker is perfect for this. Just putting that X on the calendar feels like a little win. It's so satisfying. And your goal is just not to break that chain. But listen, nobody's perfect. You might miss a day. That's fine. The most important rule in the whole book is never miss twice. Now here's where it gets really cool. This whole system isn't just for building good habits. To break your bad habits, you don't need a new playbook. You just do the exact opposite. That's right, you just invert the 4 laws. To break a bad habit, you're going to make it invisible, make it unattractive, make it difficult, and make it unsatisfying. You're basically using the same forces, just in reverse. So what does that actually look like? Well, to make a bad habit invisible, if you're wasting time on your phone, leave it in another room. To make it difficult, add friction. Unplug your video game console and put it in a closet after you use it. To make it unsatisfying, get an accountability partner. Now the price of skipping your workout is having to tell your friend you bailed. It's all about making the bad stuff harder to do. Okay, so these laws are the how. They're the practical tools, but they're all in service of something much bigger. And honestly, this next idea is probably the most important concept in the whole book. And it's this. The point of building good habits isn't just to get results, it's to change who you are. True, lasting change is identity change. It's the difference between saying, I want to write a book, that's an outcome, and saying, I am a writer. That's an identity. And how do you build that new identity? With your habits. They're the proof. Every time you go for a run, you're not just exercising, you're casting a vote for being a runner. Every time you write one page, you're casting a vote for being a writer. Your habits are you literally embodying the person you want to become.
So this flips the whole process on its head. You don't start by asking, what do I want? You start by asking, who do I want to be? Once you decide on the person you want to become, the habits you need to build become pretty obvious.
And that right there is the heart of Atomic Habits. It's not about one massive, life-altering decision. It's about the hundreds of tiny decisions you make every day. Each one is like a little vote you cast for the kind of person you want to be. So the real question isn't about what huge goal you're going to tackle. It's much simpler. Who are you casting your vote for today?
If you enjoyed this series, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hive of Knowledge for more such videos. Thank you for watching.